Hi, this is Brett from SRmoto, and I wanted to talk about foot pegs for the Yamaha WR250R Dual Sport. We get a lot of phone calls and emails asking about foot pegs for this bike, so I thought I'd do a quick video, talk about some of the ones that we recommend for the bike. We've tried quite a few over the years and settled on a couple different ones that seem to work the best. And what I'll do is I'll put links down in the video description below to the couple different foot pegs that I talk about in this video, and then I'll also link you over to the project bike so you can see some of the other parts that we sell for the WR250Rs and WR250Xs. The foot pegs I talk about in this video are going to work on any WR250R or 250X starting with the 2008 model year all the way up through the current model year, which happens to be 2020, 2021. The bike really hasn't changed much over the years, so all these foot pegs will fit all those different model years. And as I mentioned, foot pegs are one of the most commonly asked questions about this bike, and they also happen to be some of the best-selling products that we've sold over the years. The stock foot pegs, which you can see here, it's definitely one of the places that Yamaha sort of saved money on the bike. They put real cheap foot pegs on it. They're very narrow, so they're not very comfortable to stand on, and they don't offer a lot of traction either. They also don't seem to be super durable. We get a lot of customers that have mentioned that they bend them, so definitely one of the things you want to look about replacing on the bike, especially if you're doing off-road riding. A couple things just real quick I'll point out. One of the things you want to keep in mind when you're looking for foot pegs for this bike is the way that they mount to the bike and also the way they fold up, because a lot of the aftermarket pegs we've tried, specifically, they don't fold up properly. Like on the left side of the bike, they'll barely fold up at all. There's a bolt head sticking out here that holds the foot peg mount onto the bike. A lot of the aftermarket pegs, when they fold up, they'll hit that bolt head and they'll barely fold up at all. So if you drop the bike, the foot pegs aren't going to really fold up properly. This particular foot peg, I'm going to talk a little bit more about it in a second, made by Zeta. They've designed these foot pegs properly. On this side, they will fold up adequately and not hit that bolt head. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Another thing, on the right side of the bike, a lot of the aftermarket foot pegs, when they fold up, they will actually hit the brake pedal. So that could cause issues. If you drop the bike on this side and foot peg folds up, hits the brake pedal, could damage it. So you'll want to get an aftermarket foot peg that does not contact the brake pedal. These Zetas, they fold up and they stop right before they hit the foot peg. So Zeta sort of engineered these pegs to not contact that brake pedal. So that is a couple things to keep in mind. So the two different foot pegs that we sort of recommend for this bike, there's probably other ones out there that'll work, but these are two of the ones that we've sort of settled on and seem to fit the bike properly and also work well as far as the size and stuff like that. The first one I'm going to talk about is the DRC wide foot peg, and then the other one is going to be the Zeta aluminum foot peg. Zeta, some people pronounce it Zeta, I pronounce it Zeta. So those are the two that we recommend. And just to give you a size comparison, what I've got on the left is the stock OEM Yamaha foot peg. In the middle is that DRC wide, and then on the far right is the Zeta aluminum. So one of the things you're going to notice right off the bat is the difference in the width. The stock foot peg is very narrow. That DRC has a 50 millimeter step width, so it's considerably wider. Stock foot peg probably looks like it's about 40 millimeters. So the 50 millimeter step width on that DRC is going to make it a lot better, when you're standing up on the bike. Just a larger surface area to stand on. It's just going to be more comfortable. You'll also notice that it's got 3 rows of teeth on it, whereas the stock one just has the 2 outer rows. So it's got more teeth basically for traction, so your boots are going to grip the foot pegs a little bit better. The Zeta aluminum foot peg on the far right, it's even a little bit wider yet. It's got a 57 millimeter step width. So it's a little bit wider than the DRC. It's also got 3 rows of teeth. So it's going to be, nice and comfortable to stand on and give you, plenty of traction. Just to give you the specs on these different pegs, the DRC is made out of a chromium molybdenum steel, and then they're powder coating it in black, so it's real durable. Again, it's got that 50 millimeter step width. We carry the mid height, which is about the same as the stock foot peg as far as the height of the foot peg goes. Real simple installation, bolts on just like the stock pegs. You're going to reuse the factory foot peg springs, and then, real simple installation. Sold in pairs, obviously. The Zeta aluminum foot pegs, those are CNC machined A2014 forged aluminum, and then they're anodized in blue. They're going to be a little bit lighter weight than the steel DRC pegs, so sort of keep that in mind. If you're looking for a lightweight foot peg, that's definitely the way to go. For traction, they've got stainless steel pins that are threaded into the foot peg itself. Those are also a direct bolt-on, reused stock foot peg springs. Real simple installation. So that gives you an idea of what they look like compared to the stock pegs. Just to show you on the bike, again, we've had both of these pegs installed. Right now we've got the Zeta aluminum ones. These have been real popular. They're anodized in blue, which a lot of customers seem to like because the bike has so much blue on it, so they look really nice, and then they're also very functional as well. And as I showed you before, the way they fold up properly on this bike, so if you drop it, you're not going to have any issues with the way they're folding up. Okay, I think that's about it for now. Don't forget to check the video description down below for links to these 2 foot pegs, and then also the project bike itself, so you can see some of the other parts we've got installed. Our email address is also on the website. If you have any questions, shoot us an email. If you found this video helpful, please give us a like. If you want to see more videos about the WR250R and specific product reviews, stuff like that, we deal with a couple other dual sport bikes as well. So if you want to see more videos like that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel down below. And again, this is Brett from SRmoto. Thanks for watching.